This is session 15 on April 15th, 2026. Ich hab dir das erzählt, du sollst sich überzeugen, als da is voran Ort für a Winkel. I told you this story that he had just told him about this spooky house, so that you will be convinced that here there is a space for a corner, a store. Kannst dir auskleben die beste Position für a Geschäft. You can pick out the best position for a business. Wegen ihrer Geld wollen wir sich stark nicht dingen. About Rent, the wonderful song by Theodore Bickel, Dear Geld. About rent, we're not going to have too much, we won't bargain very much. It won't be difficult to come to an agreement. Noch frischtig hat die ganze Familie sich zu neu geklebt auf der breite Veranda. After breakfast, the whole family gathered in the broad, wide veranda. Meir hat von gelegt a pool pack sora. Meir spread out several packs of goods. Frau Jansche hat noch nach den Abend, Mrs. Jansche had already last night waren schlafen gehen before going to sleep, zugegräht a Reistel von Sachen, was sie hat jetzt gekauft. She had already prepared a list of things that she was now going to buy. And this is the list. Hemder, Handtucher, Leilicher, Socken, Taschentücher, Unterwäsch für einen Mann, Sommerstoff für Kleider für sich und der Tochter. So what was on this list? There were shirts, I guess sort of undershirts. I always think of a hem, maybe it's a hemdel, a shirt, handkerchiefs, bedclothes, sheets, socks, tablecloths, underwear for the men, for her husband, for man, and summer fabric for dresses, for clothing for herself and her daughter. A moil harmonic für ein Plimenik und a Koptikel für der schwarze Dienst. A harmonica for the nephew and a head scarf for the black servant. Bei der Zeit, wenn alles ist schon gewesen, eingekauft, ausgehespelt und bezahlt, ist schon gewesen Mittagzeit. By the time that everything was already purchased and the charge had the how would you say, the bill had already been prepared and had been paid for, it was already midday. Horowitz and Meyer haben gemusst bleiben essen Mittag. Horowitz and Meyer now had to stay and eat the midday meal. Noch Mittag ist rausgefallen großer Regen und sie seien schon gewesen gezwungen zu bleiben nächtigen noch eine Nacht in Bushmankop. So after the midday meal, there was a heavy rain fell, and they were forced to remain for the night in Bushmankop. Noch Wetscherer ist Meir gesessen in dem Schlafzimmer und voran Schein von a Licht hat geschrieben a Brief zusammen. After the evening meal, Meir sat in the sleep room that they had slept in the previous night also, and by the light of a candle, he wrote a letter to Zalman. And this is his manifesto. Ich schick euch a check zu decken die Wechseln, welche seien datiert für die kommende Woche. I'm sending you a check to cover the promissory note. Remember, there was a loan from Zalman, which is, I think, dated for the coming week. A großen Dank, a big thanks to you. Was mir persönlich betrifft, kann ich jetzt reden mit mehr Klarheit und Sicherheit wegen neuem Leben. What I can now speak with more clarity about what I see, what has come to me in my new life. Was ich hab azoi auf der Mund in meine früherdicke Brief, which I have talked about, mentioned in my earlier letters. Ich hör schon seine Tritt hinter dem Fenster von dem Cheder, in welchen ich schreibe die dosige Wörter. I already hear your steps. I think it is under the window of the room in which I am writing these words. It's as though he has a conversation with Zalman. As is nit kein Melitza. This is not just flowery language, Melitza. Und mach nit kein Tois. Es seine nit kein Prosperität, was ich her. And make no mistakes. It is not, I guess, steps of prosperity that I am hearing. I'm not hearing steps of prosperity. Emes, mein materieller Matzav is mehr weniger gesichert. To be truthful, my material situation is more or less secure. Aber ihr konnt doch mir und ihr wisst doch, wie gleichgültig ich bin zu fortunes. But you know me well, and you know how indifferent I am to fortunes, als ich jog sich nicht noch Reichtümer. I am not running after riches. Mein Lebensweg, sehe ich, my way in life, my future in life, as I see it, führt nicht durch dem Businesswelt, is not going to be connected with the business world. Hagem Horwitz is noch als überzeugt, als ob ich soll nur wählen, weil ich wäre ein guter Geschäftsmensch. Although Horowitz, his partner, is convinced that if I only wanted it, I could become a good businessman. Ist zu sein a businessman das höchste zu was a Mensch kann erlangen? Is to become a businessman the highest goal that a person could search for? Mein weiter dicker Lebensweg, sehe, geht durch Felder Miles, über grüne Lonkes, zwischen Serades Behemoths. My future life, what I see ahead of me, as I see it, goes through cornfields. I learned that word from Yankov. Green meadows and among herds of animals. Dort in der Provinz habe ich gefunden dem Entfeld zu der Frage, was mein Vater hat einmal mir gestellt. Here in the provinces, I have found the answer to the question that my father asked me. Zunshayn, produktiver Mensch, darf man dem dazu ein Diplom von einer Universität? To be a productive person, is one required to have a diploma from a university? Die Teshuva, was die Provinz hat mir gegeben, is nein. The answer that the province gave me is no. As is nicht nötig. It is not necessary. In meine Nesias von Farm zu Farm habe ich sie getroffen, die produktive Menschen. In my travels from farm to farm, I have met the productive people. Das seine de Schwarze und de Gol kleiner Teil Weißel. Who are the productive people here? The blacks and a very small group of white people. Der Weißel is nicht mehr wie Officer, Balabus. Allein arbeitet wenig. The white person is more of a, I think, officer, the boss. He himself does not work. Bichlal seien die Bohren noch stark hinterstellig in die Methoden von Erdarbeit. In general, the Boers are very backward in their methods of farm work. Das Gleichen in seiner Welt- und Lebensanschauungen und Begriffen. This is the same, this is repeated in their worldview and in their beliefs, their Begriffen. Sie seien stark religiös und oberläuberisch. They are strongly religious and superstitious. Sie gucken mit Hosched auf alles, was ist nahe und progressiv. They look with suspicion on everything that is new and progressive. Das, meine ich, nimmt sich davon, was das Bauernvolk is noch jung. This, I think, is because they, this folk, this Boer group, is young, erst geboren, just recently established. Und was für ein Volk ist nicht gewesen religious und übergläuberisch beim Geburt? And what people have not been religious and superstitious at their birth? Die English-Boerische Milchama, the English-Boer War, durch mir, it seems to me, is gewesen der Klimax von a zusammener Stoß zwischen die Ideen und Begriffen von dem 17. und 20. Jahrhundert. The Boer-English War was a conflict between the ideas of the 17th and the 20th centuries. Aber das Bauernvolk ist schon da. Es existiert. But the Boer people, they are here. They exist. Wir stehen bei der Wigele von den Neivolk. We are standing by the Wigele, by the, not the carriage, the cradle,
Crib.
the cradle,
Cradle.
the cradle of this new people. Und wir begreifen nicht dem Wunder davon, and we don't comprehend the wonder of this. Sie machen es mir seinen noch zu neuend, zu das Geschehene, sie men darf sein, verinteressiert es zu der sehen. And we don't understand the wonder that is happening, perhaps because we are too close to what is happening, or we're not too interested to see. We're not taking the interest to see it. Ich sehe und begreif, was da wiggelt sich von under vor meine Augen. I understand what is happening under, as I see it under my eyes. Ich lebe mit die Passieren. I am living with these events because he's moving, he's working with him now. Ich hab nicht dem Ziel zu verhappen, zu annexieren, reich zu werden, auf sehr Cheshbon. I do not have the goal of grabbing or annexing or becoming rich at their expense. Ich sehe nur Menschen und die dosige Menschen sehe ich macht gigantische Anstrengungen herauszugehen von dem halb Primitivzustand, in welcher größte Teil befinden sich noch. What I see people who are making absolutely gigantic, enormous efforts to pull themselves out of this primitive world where a large number of them still live. Darf man sie anmutigen, helfen? We should be encouraging them. We should be helping them. Zwischen die dosige Menschen liegt meine Zukunft. Among this people lies my future. Das Land lukt mich. This land calls to me. Die Rachavoniker Pläne ruft mich. The wide plains call to me, rufen mich. Da wird schon sein mein Heim. This will be my home. Also ich, wie die Möglichkeit und die Gelegenheit wird sich melden, as soon as the ability and the opportunity permits, will ich abgeben das Klemmerleben. I'm going to give up this store business und rübergehen auf Erdarbeit. And I'm going to go to working with the earth. Das ist das neue Leben, was ruft mich. This is the new life that calls me. Meyer hat vermacht den Brief und ist raus in draußen. He closed the letter and went outside. Der Regen hat aufgehört. The rain had stopped. Aber es ist gewesen verwunkelt. It was cloudy, finster. It was cloudy and dark. Ergens weit in Feld hat sich geleuchtet a Feuer. Somewhere far away in a field, he saw a little fire. Meyer hat sich verguckt auf den Feuer und gesehen a klein Stiebel. Ergens in a Litvish Städtel. He saw in this little fire a small house somewhere in a Lithuanian shtetl. A mama, Schwester und Brüder, sisters, brothers. Hat sich der Mund. Kommende Woche darf man schon wieder schicken Geld daheim. In the coming week, I have to send money home. What a young man. Sicher. Kapitel 19.
Es ist gewesen Juni, heute 1909. Tag sind gegangen hella. I forgot to have to translate. It was June, the month of June 1909. Tag seinen gegangen hella warme, aber die Nacht seinen gewähren kalte, frostige. The days were, I don't know what hella means. What does hella mean?
Clear.
Bright, clear, warm, but the nights were cold and frosty. Der Himmel blau kalt is zerstört. The sky is that blue, cold, and starry. Beginnen is a weißer Frost, wie Mehlzucker, gelegen auf der Erde, auf Zecher und Bämer, hat schimmeriert in die ersten Wundstrahlen und ist nicht geworden. What was I? I don't know what beginnen means. Beginnen?
Beginnen is at dawn.
Oh, at dawn was a white frost. Like flour sugar lying on the earth, on streets and on trees. Shimmery, is that sparkling? Shimmery, does that mean sparkling?
Glistening, yeah.
Yeah, sparkling. I apologize, the fire alarm's going on here. Sparkling in the first Zustrahlen, is that beams, light beams? And was
Sunbeams, yeah.
Yes, sunbeams, and was and didn't happen. In einem Zatog is there Verheerter Oppermann, der Zweiter ist gewesen ein alter Bocher, gekommen heim und Aufgeregter. I don't know where can you go back a little bit? One of these days was the Verheirater, to me means married. Oppermann, I don't know. Oppermann?
Oppermann is the name of a person.
Oh, is it the married Oppermann? The second was an old unmarried boy came home an Aufgeregter, upset. Hat nicht bewiesen, rüber zu treten dem niedrigen Schwell von sein Hazel. Hat sich gewähnt zu sein Freu mit Regoich. Punkt, wie sie wollt sein, schuldig. unschuldigem, was hat beizustellen. I keep getting lost in this.
It's mitzuteilen, not
No, I've been getting lost in where I have to go back to translate. I'm not used to translating. He didn't show a rebirth sutra.
No, the sentences are long, and sometimes it's helpful just to
They're very long, and I get lost.
one.
I'm not used to.
Yeah.
I don't usually translate. I just read.
Okay, but just if you translate just one section, it makes it easier. I try to do that because otherwise I get lost.
That's what's
the sentences
happening.
are long. Mm-hmm.
A rebirth sutra and Niederrichensfeld to get over the low threshold of his little house. What er gewinnt zu sein für? What's gewinnt mean?
Like he turned to, I think.
He turned to his wife.
Yeah.
With I don't know what that word is. It's Hebrew.
Anger.
With anger.
Like brogus. I mean, you see it in Yiddish too. Brogus.
Yeah, brogus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just as though she would have been guilty. Was hat mitzuteilen, what he had to let her know about. Freu, schlechte, Seitenrucks, can't even read this, Seitenrucken sich unauf Buschmakop. Women, bad women.
No. Woman. He's saying to her. He's saying, Freu, wife. Wife. Freu.
Wife. Bad times are coming. Oif Bushmagkop, I don't know.
That's the place. Bad times are coming here. Bad times are coming here. You don't know some of these because you haven't read the parts, but you'll pick up with it. But that's the place, Bushmankop.
Bushmankop? Okay.
Well, Yankov tells us it's not a real place, but it's.
No, I know. It's like Kasrelivka. Levish is Levish Jansche hat geschickt an Applikatia, man soll ihm der Leuben zu verwandeln Buschmannkopf in a Dorfi. Levish Jansche sent in an application that they should accept him to this place in a Dorpy. I don't know what Dorpy is.
Yeah, Dorpy, that's an Afrikaans word. A dorp is a village, a dorf. In
Yiddish. Dorp is a village, yeah.
And the dorpy, it's an Afrikaans word, a little village.
Okay.
The story is that he'll be able to verwandeln, that he will be able to change over Bushmanskop, which is a nothing, into a little village.
And Mr. Upperman, that's his name, yeah, he is not a fan of this.
Okay.
Upperman.
Okay. Begreifst du was das meint? Do you understand what that means? Troy Opperman lange an Oisgezerte, a Tukele, Mrs. Upperman, a tall one, Oisgezerte, I don't know, drawn out, a dark one, meet the fleugende Haar with wild hair, meet matt Bräune Eugen una flachen Brustkasten with brown eyes and I have no idea. Flachen Brust.
A flat chest. She has no breasts.
Oh, okay. And a flat chest. Okay, thank you. Hat sich geport beim Feier in Kirch. Was working by the fire in the kitchen. Das Feuer hat mehr geräuchert wie gebrannt. The fire smoked more than it burned. Die Kirche, was ist euch gewähnt, der Esszimmer und Schlafzimmer für Oppermann. The kitchen, which was also the dining room and the bedroom for Oppermann. Dem Bocher, the single boy, is iets gewend full mit Rauch, was now full of smoke. Roy Oppermann hat kaum gehört, was ihr Mann hat gesagt. Mrs. Oppermann managed to just hear what her husband said. Sie ist upon him euch nicht gewinn stark voranteressiert. She was obviously not not very interested. Sie hat sich herausgehabt von einem bitteren Reue und hat sich gestellt in einem Tier. She snapped out of the bitter smoke and stood in the doorway. Was hat geführt zu a Zimmer etwas größer vor der Kirche, which led into a room somewhat larger than the kitchen. Was ist gewesen der Schlafzimmer für der verheiratete Paar mit seiner Kinder, which was a bedroom for the married couple and their children. Der dosiger Zimmer hat vermocht noch ein kleinem Fenster. This exact room only had one small window. Was man hat selten geöffnet, which they very rarely opened. Die dosige zwei Zimmer dig Hazel hat nicht gehabt, nicht kein Deal, nicht kein Schufet. This exact two-room little house did not have a floor, niet kein, a floor or a ceiling. Eenmaal in Woche hat Rov Lukovid Zugtag Fleckfreu Opraben. Once a week,
mostly in honor of Sunday. Das Rov, the COVID.
No, I know what Lukovid, I don't know what Rov does Rov.
Like the.
Yes. This, yeah, I know. Okay, thanks. This and in honor of Sunday, the wife would clean up. Meet der Hilfe von a schwarz Mädel with the help of a black girl. Überschmieren die Erde unter die Füße mit Kirchenmist. With the help of a black girl, to spread out earth under the feet, to spread out on the earth under the feet with I don't know, is that ash? Kirchenmist. I don't know what Kirchen.
The dung from a
Okay.
cow.
Oh,
Cow dung. Cow dung.
oh, oh,
Nice,
big
eh?
oh,
Nice, eh? This is the COVID Zuntik.
with cow dung. Oh my God. Es ausgleichen und glatt machen to even it out, to spread it out and make it even. Der Royal von dem Mist is gehangen Tag a room hazel. The smell of this dung stayed for days around the house. Oh my God. Der Dach is gestanden von corrugiert Blechen. The roof was made out of corrugated sides, leaves.
Tin, I think. Blechen, tin.
Blechen,
Blech.
tin, corrugated tin. Welche seinen gelegen Lois auf quer Blocken, which were laid on, I don't know what that means. I'm seeing words here I have never seen in my life. I've querblanks. Querblankt. I don't know what that means.
Laid
Alternate
loose.
Oh, okay.
It means
These,
what?
metal sheets were laid loose on
Oh, we're laid loose.
cross beams.
Okay.
Querbalkens or cross beams.
Okay, thank you. Und I say etliche schwere Steine, and on them several heavy stones. Der Wind soll die Blechen nicht mitnehmen mit sich, that so that the wind would not take the sheets with it. Der Dach is given der Eigentum, was die Einwohner. Okay. The roof was the
Property.
the same
A
as
property.
the Einwohner.
It belonged, the roof belonged to the occupants.
As
It was
opposed
the
to what?
property of
The
occupants.
Einwohners, those who lived within.
As opposed to what? Who else would it belong to?
The Balabus.
The
I
thing
don't
is
know.
that
Is it
when
there?
they left this rented house, they took the roof with them.
Okay, thank you. Hat man sich herübergeheben auf an ander Ort, hat man die Blechen mitgenommen. When they moved to a different spot, they took the sides with them.
Oh.
In regendicke Tag ist das Wasser von dem Dach gelaufen über die nicht gleiche Wand. On rainy days, the water from the roof ran over the uneven walls. Funum Steinernem Eisel. The uneven walls from the stone house. Zerwegt die wichtige Podloge und in Gelle Strömen gelaufen zum Kirch. Bewegt. That weaken the
no, it would. I think it would soaked into these
soak
dunged,
into the dung floor.
right.
And it would stream down in yellow streams to the kitchen. Sich ausgemischt mit das sajadike Wasser. It would mix in with the ash-like water von Kirch und beschütfes Arroz in Dreusen. Mixed in with the ashy water from the kitchen and flow outside and flow out outside.
In so einer regendiger Tag bleibt Frau Oppermann zu stellen tap. In such rainy days, Mrs. Oppermann used to put out pots, schüsseln, basins, vanilla little tubs, and tellers and plates auf die Betten on the beds, auf dem Tisch on the table, zu fangen das Wasser, to catch the water, was hat gedroht to verfleizen das Haus, which threatened to flood the house. It is given Nacht und Finster. Now it was night and dark. 4 Kinder, das jüngste kaum 3 Jahre alt, the youngest hardly 3 years old, halb-naked, half-naked, oder verwickelt in Schmattes or wrapped in rags, seien herumgekrochen und herumgesprungen auf der größer hölzerner Toppelbett, were creeping around and jumping around on the large wooden. Can you just go back? I have lost you. On the large wooden double bed. Was hat vernommen 3/4 von einem Zimmer. That took up 3/4 of the room. Die Kinder haben sich gekriegt, the kids quarreled, sich geschlagen, fought with each other, geweint und geschrien, cried and shouted. Frau Oppermann ist gestanden in Tier und mit einer Breck von einer DIN cartoonenem Jackel. Mrs. Oppermann stood in the door and with the edge of a thin coarse cotton jacket, was is gehangen auf ihr, that was hanging on her, wie auf a Stecken, as if it was hanging on a stick, hat sie gepischt dem Räuch von ihrer Augen with that hem of the apron. Presumably she was wiping the smoke from her eyes, when mit a häsrig Kohl gemolten, der Fire brennt nicht. And with a hoarse voice, she let people know that the fire isn't burning. Ihr Mann ist gesessen auf einem Stuhl. Her husband was sitting on a chair. Beim Seit von Bett und fahren Schein von einer räucherdicken Lämpel, der Weibsschicht. Oh, that is such a wonderful picture. I'll tell you why. Her husband.
Well, first translate it, please.
Sorry?
Moshe. First translate, please.
Yeah, her husband was sitting on a chair at the side of the bed and was repairing by the light of a smoky lamp his wife's shoes. This was a custom. The richest man in our little district, his sons had to learn to fix their own shoes. This was a country custom. It's wonderful to see it here. Der Bocher Oppermann hat sich genommen, ausgefunden die Sibbe, was der Feuer brennt nicht. The young man, Oppermann, went to find out the reason why the fire is not burning. Der verheiratete Oppermann ist gewesen aufgeregt. The married Oppermann was angry, agitated. Hat geschrien auf die Kinder. He was yelling at the kids. Mam Seirim doesn't need translation. Sein stilzinnig. Will you be quiet or not? What bald will ich sich nehmen zu euch? I'll let you have it soon. I will take myself, but I'll let you have it. Hat sich ausgedreht zu der Weib. He turned to his wife. Was stehst du dort wie ein trockener Baum und hast mir die Augen wie ein Sofa? Why are you standing there like a dry tree and you're blinking with your eyes like an owl? Beruhig die Kinder. Quiet. Settle kids down. Give they essen, give them something to eat. They seien doch hungrig. After all, they're hungry. Etliche Minuten is gewesen still. For a few moments it was quiet. Noch after that, wer wollt früher sich gut überlegt, was will sagen. And after that, as if he previously wanted to think very carefully over what he wanted to say, hat Arois geplatzt mit einmal sturmdick. He burst out suddenly, stormily. Bannen und Städt hat sich sie verglust. They have wanted, they have lusted for railways and cities. Men lost God nicht leben. They're not letting us live. Tomer hat man gezeugen a stickel Chajoine von Transport, but it's der Bahn zu nehmen. Hardly have we managed to earn a little livelihood from transport, and now the railway will take this away from us. Hunderter Jahren is der Wagen gewesen unser Speiser. For hundreds of years, the wagon has been the source of our food, und Verteidiger in Milchomas, and our protection in times of war, because they would draw the wagons into a lager and they would protect themselves from the enemy that way. Mit einmal ice, and suddenly they're taking it away from us. Der Wagen is schon zu langsam für uns. The wagon has become too slow for us. Nicht mehr kein Zeit. People don't have time anymore. When kein Geduld, and people don't have patience anymore. Und das Städtele and this little town, was wird es uns geben? What will it bring to us? Wird es uns geben mehr Arbeit? Will it give us more work? A höheren Lohn, a higher pay, wage? Wird es bereichern und geringeren machen unser Leben? Will it enrich and make our life easier? Nein, no. Pianitzes wird es machen von uns. It will make us into drunkards. Auf jeder Winkel wird sein a bar. On every corner there will be a bar. Die Ausländer können doch nicht existieren on bars. This is basically referring to the immigrants, to the Brits, particularly the Uitlanders, those who come from outside the country, cannot exist without a bar. I mean, Uitlander is, the Afrikaans is Uitlanders, which means out of the country. Und unsere Menschen and our people, welche haben lieb zu kopieren und noch zu tun, was andere tun, and our people who love to copy and do take after what others are doing. Willen bald aufstehen, willen bald euch stehen in die bars und schicken, will also stand in the bars and they'll also get drunk there. Alle städtische Übeln und Krankheiten wird es uns bringen. It will bring us all the nauseating things and sicknesses. It'll bring us mit dem allem wird uns Städtler und Mesache sein. And this is what the little town will favor us with. This is ironic. I mean, Mesache sein favor us in an ironic way. We don't want it. Let's just see how the time is. Okay, two more sentences and then it's Jacob. Aber das stille, but the silent, verschlafene Bushmanskopf hat sich gebeut, but the silent, sleepy Bushmanskopf built itself, is gewachsen, grew. Man hat gebeut dem Vauxhall. They built the station, Wohnungen waren Stantia Verwalter, dwellings for the station managers and for Bahnarbeiter and for railway workers, a sklod for a warehouse for goods, and a shop for hurwitzes, and a shop for hurwitz. And I think if I stop there, Jacob also needs a chance to read some.
Okay. Right. Ganze Tag hat es gehilcht von Hammers. For days on end, hammers echoed. Sein Segen und von einem Tempen boom, 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 boom. And so hammers echoed and saws sounded with this dull boom, boom sound.
No. The sound is coming from the Wassersucher machine.
Yes,
Boom,
yeah,
boom,
it's not
vorn
an
auf
end of a
Wasser, yeah.
sentence. Ja, so that mit der Segen und von einem Tempen boom, boom von der Wassersuchermaschine and from the echoes from the dull boom, boom sound of this machine which was digging drilling for water.
That was what they did. They had
Fersen-
machines that drilled for water. That was Wassersucher machine.
Oh yes, it was
Yeah.
common.
Yeah.
And then when they found water, they put a windmill on top, which pumped the water out. Yeah. Okay, 14 und 16 Ochsen gespannen haben ungefähr Sand. 14 and 16 spanned in oxen, brought in sand, Steiner, Holz, Blech und andere Baumaterialien. So they brought in sand, bricks, wood, planks, iron sheets, and other building materials. Ziegel, Kalk, cement, bricks, lime, and cement. Schwarze kleine Kinder seien gelegen durch Tag und geguckt, verkliniert auf der Arbeit. So little black children lay throughout the day looking at and drooling over the work that was taking place. Und seinen Gewinn glücklich und zufrieden, ob man hat sie gebeten der langen Eppes. And they were very happy and content if they were asked to fetch something, oder onjogen oxen, or if they were asked to drive the oxen. Voor zeer Tiere haben sie bekommen ein Stückel Holz oder ein bisschen Heuvelspänner zu nehmen daheim. If they for their trouble, they received a piece of wood or some wood shavings to take home. Ihre Mamas sollen haben mit was unter zu heizen die Feuerblechen. For their mothers to use to heat up the fire tins. What they used to do is make a fire in like a paraffin tin, make holes in it and put logs of wood in it, and they would take this into the hut to heat it up in the winter time. Horwitz und Meyer haben beschlossen, nicht zu warten, bis die Shopgebäude wird sein fertig. Horowitz and Meyer decided not to wait until the shop building would be completed, would be ready. Sie haben abgedungen von Jansche dem Zimmer, wo sie haben geschlafen. They leased from Jansche the room in which they slept, wenn sie seinen dem ersten Mal gekommen kem Bushman-Kop. So they leased the room that they slept in when they had first come to Bushman-Kop. Haben gelassen reinstellen 2-3 Toilettes mit a Tisch anstatt a Tombank. And they put in 2 or 3 shelves and a table instead of a counter. Und es ist gewesen a shop, and they made it into a shop, this room. Meyer ist geblieben in Bushman-Kop, anzuführen mit dem Business, und Horowitz seien dich mehr geniet in Tochen und mehr bekannt in der Gegend, ist weg auf den Toch. So Meyer remained in Bushman-Kop to manage the business, and Horowitz, being more used to peddling and knowing the area better, he went away to carry on the peddling business. Die Idee, als in Bushman-Kop hat sich geöffnet ein Shop, ist gich bekannt geworden in dem Gegend. The knowledge, the information that a shop had opened up in Bushman-Kop spread, became very quickly known in the area. Bald seien Frauen und Kinder von schwedischen Farms gekommen kaufen Nudeln, Zwirnd, Knäpplich und andere Kleinigkeiten. and soon women and children from neighboring farms came to buy needles. I couldn't find this word, zwirrend, but kneplich or buttons and other small items. Needles, I don't know what, does anybody else know what zwirrend is?
My experience was the same as yours. I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it in the dictionary.
Yeah, okay. Anstatt Geld hat man gebracht wohl. Instead of money, they brought wool, fellen, eier, hinner, and millis. They brought wool, hides, eggs, chickens, and millis, corn. Und man hat gekrogen Fahr Mehl, Zucker, Salz und Cover, Licht und Koptichlich. And for these items, they received flour, sugar, salt, coffee, candles, and headscarves. Schwarze Freuen mit muskeldicke Fies und Arms, heuche, schlanke, mit eifelig auf die Rückens und säcklich oder blechen Twur auf die Cap. So black women with thick muscular feet and arms, tall, slim, with small babies tied on their backs with sacks or cans of grain on their heads. Seinen gekrümmt verweit, they came from afar. Gegangen über Felder, wo seinen gelegen, unbarriert mischesches Bereiches. And they crossed over fields which had remained untouched from the 6 days of creation. Bald auf die drüsige Felder sich bewiesen Stechkes, was Orwisse Fies haben ausgetrotten. And soon, over these very fields, there appeared footpaths from the bare feet, which were trodden by the bare feet. Stegelig was haben sich gekreuzt in alle Richtungen, and trails which crossed in all directions. Man ist gewinn zufrieden, zu jeder Zeit zu kommen zu dem Kammerwinkeler, Zimmerkämmerer. They were happy to come anytime to this shop in the room, in a small room, und kriegen die nötige Artikel in order to get the necessary articles, anstatt zu warten, bis der Schmäus wird kommen oder fahren in der nahenste Städte. So they were happy to come to the small shop, room shop, instead of waiting for the peddler to come or to travel to the nearest village. Jeder Sofwoch is Horowitz gekommen von Toch. Every weekend, Horowitz came from his peddling trip, bringend mit sich Eier, Fällen oder Farmers haben der noch gebracht ballen wohl. So he came, Horowitz came from his peddling roots, bringing with him eggs, hides, or farmers afterwards brought balls of wool. Millis, sacks of corn, of mealies, was Horowitz hat es abgeschickt in Stott, which Horowitz had sent into the town.
So was all of the trade done in this barter fashion? I mean, there's no money being changed hand. It's all, eggs for wool
Yeah.
for it's
I
quite
wouldn't say all of it. I wouldn't say all of it, but some of it certainly was done by barter, because it was a very poor area, undeveloped economically, and there was no money. So the only way that they could trade was by barter.
And the money was what? I'm sorry to ask. The money was what? It wasn't the rand at that point.
And that would have been the pound.
The pound. It would have been the pound. Yeah,
Pound.
of course. Oh, wow. Fascinating. All right.